Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, March 3rd, 2014. Well, yes, I did not make a video on Friday because I was in South Carolina. We decided to leave early due to the impending series of storms that were going to pass right across our path from Florida to Ohio, and especially the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia. Didn't want to deal with it, and I'm sure you can understand that. So we left early. We left Thursday and got back home Friday night. So here I am back in the saddle again on Monday. Okay, so we could go look at last Friday. I know the jobs number was a little bit higher than expected, or new claims, I guess you could say, but nothing shocking enough to really affect the market too much on Friday. So here we are on Monday, and we got the issue going on over in the Ukraine and a couple of other places too. Things are starting to heat up again. So it looks like it's some sort of spring going on here. I don't know. But for today, for announcements, we have a gold star on motor vehicle sales, and we have high impact red stars on personal income and outlays, and the ISM manufacturing index, and then a gold star on PMI manufacturing index. All could be pretty interesting. Not sure exactly how they are going to affect the futures this morning, but we do have this little thing here, stock futures tumble. So let's see what went on over in Asia. Pretty much red across the board there, except for Shanghai. A little bit of a surprise there. And then in Europe, very, very solid, heavily red, more than our, average 0.5% move in either direction. Here we have some as much as 2.5% almost moves. So those are big for sure. All right, let's swing over and take a look at what's going on here. And we have, we're down almost a solid 1% at the current time. Gold is up $22.30, and oil is up to 104. I guess Ukraine supplies a lot of oil to Russia, or does Russia supply oil to, I don't know, I forget which way it flows over there, but I know that everything flows downhill, if you know what I mean. So here we're looking at, now this is typical, right? We have all the indexes showing a negative 1%, and gold is having a nice pop. So there, gold is usually contrary to the markets. It has not been lately, but right now it certainly is showing that. And usually when there is turmoil in the world, the price of oil goes up as well. All right, so that's going to be very helpful for a lot of our put calendars that we have out here. Just close these up because we don't ever really look at those. And I did do, this is that FedEx calendar here, and then we have the gold covered call, which is going to play out probably pretty nicely today. And the only other position that we are in is we have a calendar on Boeing. Let's take a look at that. Let's see here, in play, Boeing. Let's see what that one looks like. Not sure which direction Boeing's going to go, if it's going to pretty much follow the market. That I am not sure of. There's not a lot of pre-market trading going on with this particular underlying, so we'll keep an eye on it for today. But for sure, IV is going to increase, which is going to help us on all of our calendars. So we'll watch those for the next couple of days and look for a possible opportunity to exit, especially if we fall around here in a sweet spot. We will just get out of those. Okay, we have no CSSv2 trades going on right now. The only one that I had from last week is the one that I posted an article on my blog about the anatomy of an assignment on Costco. So you may want to go to my blog and take a look at that, which is just go to theoptionguru.com/blog and you will end up right there. So one of the things that I wanted to cover today was performance for the last 2 weeks. I have not done that on my spreadsheet, and that is strictly for CSSv2 trades. But I can tell you that they're going to be in the red, and they're going to be in the red because of distractions. So it's a good idea if you can't commit yourself to, looking in the morning and looking in the afternoon, there's a possibility that things can run away from you. For instance, in the case of Costco, and let's go take a look at a chart on that. I got in here and everything was looking right. We're red, we're down here, we're red here, and we're red here after a solid green up. And the very next day we went green. Now I looked at this at noon, and I don't remember if we were green at that time or not, but I had decided at noon that I was going to stick with the trade, because how often has it actually come back down and be a profitable trade? What I didn't notice, of course, was this down here. Now we're talking about, a dollar move on a day is a pretty big day, or $1.50, somewhere around there. And this is a significant portion of that move right here. This is the ex-div date, and the ex-div date is the date where if you own the stock, you are going to get the dividend, even if you sell it the next day, which probably a lot of people did. So I had a short call, and it was at 113, and the buyer of that call said, well, I'm going to buy the stock at 113, and then I'll buy it this day, so that, let's see here, no, I'll buy it this day, because look how much it went up, and I can buy it for 113, and then I can hold it overnight and be the owner of record the next day and collect the dividend besides, and then maybe the stock will keep moving up so you could sell it the next day. So if you did that, if you were that kind of trader, you just made like about $3 on the stock in 3 days, which is 3% in 3 days. That's a pretty good deal. And that's when you do that and you have $1 billion or $1 trillion to work with, and you can buy 10 or 20,000 shares of the stock, you just made a lot of money. So that's how they play that game. Doesn't work every time, but it sure worked here. Okay, so, and I paid for it. So make sure you check out the post on this. Getting signed or being exercised, let's put it that way. If your short option is exercised, you have the next day to take care of it before you get an actual margin call and they shut down your account if it's negative. So you have the whole day to think about it. So whatever you do, don't panic. And the beauty is that if you have a limited risk trade, even though you get assigned, you still have a way out. And there's a good possibility, well, you shouldn't lose any more money than what you had at risk on your limited risk trade. So make sure you read that post, and it will explain how that worked out. Maybe I didn't do exactly the most intelligent and smartest thing to do, but I still limited my risk, and I didn't even take the max loss. Okay, all right, enough about that. Let's just cruise on over and jump into the A+ list, because I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things happening today. Okay, and we'll start out with our friends at Apple. Now we have a target sitting up here, and this is close enough for me. We are, where are we at here? We are at 74.24, rounded off. That's good enough for me if we get a hook on this, and chances are very good that we're going to get a hook on this. And I heard some negative news about Apple this weekend at a shareholder meeting or something that they had, I guess. I don't know. It was just a fleeting thing. I didn't really delve into it, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. But whatever happens to Apple, I sure hope that that Siri makes it through, because I'm having an affair with Siri on my iPhone. But we're looking for a hook here, so we have a setup on Apple. And today's the 3rd, right? All right, we got Goog, nothing going on there, no entry. IWM, it's not talking to us yet. LinkedIn. Now, I want to point this out here. This is not legitimate. I had a reader call me out on this, sent me an email and said, well, let me make sure I understand the rules right. Apparently, I didn't understand the rules right. So this truly is a violation. It's a 2-day violation, not even just a 1-day, but a violation nonetheless, even though the trade would have worked out. It's still not legitimate. So he could have gotten in on this. I would have gotten in with a Friday, the very next day expiration. Don't want to hold over the weekend. Some of you do. That's fine. That's up to you. It's okay with the rules. Me personally, I don't want to hold over a weekend, because things like today or this weekend happen, right? So, yeah, so I would like to thank that particular reader for pointing that out, and I'm always willing to bear my mistakes or publicly confess to my mistakes on my videos. All right, so now there's nothing going on there. Looks like we're going to confirm this downtrend again. Confirmed it here, confirmed it here. MasterCard, 2 flat, nothing going on there. 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, nothing going on there. Netflix, oh, what am I doing here? How did that end up way over there? Nothing happening there. Now we put this trade on here and it would have worked out. This is our, that one of those demo trades. Price line. We're looking for price line to come down here and hit our target. So that may happen the next day or two. Russell, same as IWM, probably nothing, right? Nothing going on. SPX. Okay, we're going to be putting a target in down here. So let's change this to the oval tool and we'll be looking for a target here. We'll see if we get it. Tesla. Okay, we'll move our target over. So they're getting close there on Tesla, maybe this week. And Visa, can't really determine what's going on here. This was our sort of paper trade here. Worst case, if we would have gotten in here at the closing price, probably during the day would have had a strike, I would think, around 225. Because I think this is probably a $5 spread on these. Let's check that out. 250, and probably might have gotten in at 227.50. I don't know, maybe. No, I don't think it was ever around there. So depending, it could have been either successful or not. The point being is that probably on this day, sometime during this day on Thursday, it would have been profitable to get out just because of theta. Okay, all right, that's it for today. We'll just keep this one kind of short. Promise to work on collecting the couple of trades over the last couple of weeks and share those results with you. It's not going to be pretty. So really the whole month of February is junk just because of the location change and all the distractions and everything else. So now that we're back in the groove, vacation is over and we're back in the groove again, it should be a little bit better. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.